What's up, Backstretchers?
Welcome to the pre-show show.
It is the pre-show show. I'm going to tell you what. It's hotter outside than a mess pipe on payday. I did go there, didn't I? I seen it earlier. Welcome, everybody. Which ain't nobody in here yet, so. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Here they come. Welcome, everybody. Well, it's going to be a good show tonight. We have got the founder, the president, the CEO, I guess everything you want to call him, of the Mideast Modified.
He is the hero in the villain.
He is the hero and the villain at the same time. The Mideast tour, all 604, 602 Modifieds, Street Stock, yeah, Pro 4.
I might help him out here.
Yeah, Mideast everything. There you go. There we go. Jason Wall's in the house, man. Congratulations. Welcome, Jason.
Glad to be here.
Good, man. Glad to have you,
Bring
dude.
the boss with him.
Yeah.
He didn't bring the boss. I know what. She must have dirty toes from Eldora. And she's still cleaning them toes off.
Yeah. He got a little dirty when all the rain stuck in the infield. So.
Straight from Eldora. This is the pre-show show. Get everybody in here. What's up, Alan Sands? How are you, buddy? How was Eldora, man? I guarantee you, I'm sure it was fun.
It was. First time we'd been up there, either one of us. We were supposed to have a 602 race this weekend. We postponed it just for a couple of different reasons. And we had a free weekend. I asked her what she wanted to do. She said she wanted to go to Eldora, and we don't know with everything we got going on when we get to go back. So we took off Friday morning and drove up there. And it was nice. It really was.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, you got to see Friday's race, I guess.
Yeah, got to see all Friday's stuff, and then with the rain, did back till Saturday morning, finished Friday stuff, and up until it rained on Saturday, and we left and headed to the house.
Yep. So you got to see the $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
I seen a post he made today on Facebook. He said the check's not in the bank yet. He didn't know what he was going to do with it, but that'd be a good check to go into the bank.
Yeah, I would gladly wait to deposit that one if I had to.
No doubt. As many as you know, Jason has got a lot. I'm telling you, I don't know how this dude keeps up with all he's got going on, man. I tell everybody when we talk about Jason Walls, he's got to be the busiest man in racing. You're at a different racetrack about every week. I mean, it's crazy. And you work a full-time job, and so your plate's full, right?
Yeah, it's a bit hectic to say the least. But I mean, we've got some pretty good people working for us on the Mideast side now. Friendship kind of takes care of itself. I can handle a lot of promoting stuff, day to day on the phone. It's not that bad, and like I said, we've got a few people that work for us on the Mideast side, so it kind of helps. But it's still, I mean, the phone never stops. No. The phone's the biggest thing. No. It's just, it never stops.
If I was you, I'd want to throw my phone in a ripper. I guarantee you that.
I tell anybody that comes up to me complaining, I tell them I'll gladly trade phones with them anytime they're ready.
Because I know I've messaged you a few times. I'm like, I don't really want to bother you, but
I just call him and hope he answers.
I just message him. He'll answer me when he gets a chance. I forgot to throw that title in. Also, Friendship Speedway Promoter as of this year. And we're talking some more about that coming up into the show. We're going to get to know Jason a whole lot. Because, for one, I don't know him outside the racetrack. I've always seen him at the racetrack, so I'm looking forward to getting to know Jason a little better. Always been good as gold to me, though. No matter where we're at, he always, makes time to speak with me and stuff. And I appreciate that, man, because I know, like I say, you got a lot of stuff going on, dude. And I go by and say hey or something. I know I don't expect a conversation to be struck up because, like I say, you're a busy man. So
yeah, it's tough just because I know, especially at Friendship on Saturdays, with me doing the race director and being in the tower and having to do a lot of stuff. It's real hard to get to see and talk to everybody, but also have been on that side that's all I've ever done is racing. So I've been on that side.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you got to take time to talk to as many people as you can. It might not be as long as you want to talk to them.
Right.
Just try to interact and conversate with anybody that wants to talk to you. You have to do that. That's a big part of it.
Exactly. And it's kind of like that with the show too. I have people come up wanting to talk with the show and stuff, and we got, when we're doing, the friendship deal with you as well. And I appreciate you letting me be a part of that. But we're doing transponders, and I'm doing the race interviews and Nick's scoring. So all three of us is pretty busy on Saturday nights. And you do have people come up and want to talk about the show, and I know how that goes. And you try to talk to them, but yeah, and it's just cool. It's real cool when people do come up to you like that. But you don't always have the most time in the world. So, are we still going, Nick? Or
yes,
we're froze up there. So.
Don't worry about that. You're still going.
Okay, all right.
That's because I'm doing all this playing over here on this side.
Okay, Nick's playing, so we're freezing up on my
trying
screen.
To share it across.
Okay, all right. Let's see some comments. Are we still live? I don't think we're live no more.
You live? Just keep talking.
Okay.
They can still hear you, even though they can't see you.
Okay, all right. Camera be up in just a second. Hey, Haley Marie says, "Hey y'all." Hey, Haley Marie.
She just got back from Eldora too.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me. She went to Eldora too.
Uh-huh. There was a ton of people from this area in Eldora.
Really? Did you see a lot of people?
I'm glad Friendship was off this weekend because we wouldn't have had a big crowd in the stand or race.
Yeah,
everybody
really.
was in Eldora this weekend. It was a lot of people from this area was up there.
No doubt. We put it up on the projector outside, so we had a good time. On that 100-inch. Looked like we was there. I wish we was there. In fact, my buddy was like Friday morning. He's like, "Let's go. Let's jump in the car and go." I'm like, "Dude, you're crazy, man. I ain't going up there." Let's see. Chris Joyce says, "David, you got plenty of time to talk at the track." Bull crap. Well, I kind of do.
Maybe we'll be back in a minute. They can't see us, but they can't hear you.
Oh, Brittany says we can't hear you, just can't see you. Yeah, okay. We come in. I promise you. Nick's playing.
Yeah, this is what we do for. It's just like race night. We got to work the bugs out before we get started.
That's right.
Chris is gonna put on there and show up.
Chris, I'm a legend in my own mind, dude. See, Haley Marie says rained us out 3 nights out of 4. It was not memorable. It was not a memorable trip. Brittany says you broke the camera, Jason.
I can see it. It would not be the first thing I broke, so
hey,
you'll have that.
That's right. But as Haley, any trip to Eldora is memorable. I mean, because I went up there to the first $1 million race when Donnie Moran won, and it rained out the first weekend, and we had to go back the second weekend. So I feel you there.
Yeah, it rained 3 nights, but Thursday was an all-day event. It was on the racetrack at 11 o'clock Thursday morning. Yeah. And he did not get done. It was right around, I think it was around 1:30 in the morning when Davenport finally got the checkered flag.
Yeah.
So it was about a 14-hour day up there for the day.
That was Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Thursday.
That was Thursday. $1 million was Thursday.
Yeah, it rained out Wednesday. They ran the whole show on Thursday.
Yeah.
And they got 3/4 of the show in on Friday, and it rained.
Right.
And Saturday finished Friday night show, and then got all the way up to 14 laps into the Dream, and it rained on Saturday.
Right. So I got my days mixed up. I couldn't remember if it was Thursday or Friday. It was Thursday night he won the $1 million.
My days stay mixed up.
I know.
Every once in a while I get to sit at the house, and that's whatever day that is. It's a good day. I don't know what day it is sometimes.
What's up, Jack Craig? We're back. Look at there. We're back. Jack Craig in the house. Don't forget to check out Between the Walls with Bumper Jack on Wednesday nights.
Between the Walls with Bumper Jack.
Yep. And Chris Carter is Talking Circles on Tuesday nights, right?
I think it's Tuesday nights.
Yeah. And he'll cover all your asphalt and a little bit of dirt stuff.
He got a whole lot to talk about this week.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
A whole lot of excitement went over Bumper Greg.
Oh, yeah.
Outside the racing.
That fight. Yeah.
It was 2 fights.
Which one? Had
There was
one
two
down,
fights.
a good one in the middle of the track and a good one in the middle of the stands.
Oh, really? No,
Oh, yeah, they had
one.
one out there in the middle of the stands.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
shoot.
probably the best one of the night.
Yeah, it was
Really?
It's pretty impressive.
I didn't see that one. Daggone it.
I'll show you later.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Haley Marie says Thursday made up for it for sure. Like Jason said, we were at the track for about 18 hours. Got back at the hotel at 3 a.m. You know, I was thinking about that Thursday too. I was like, I bet. Now, I know the fans and stuff were tired, but think about the guys reporting the stuff, the announcers and everything, man. That dude, what's his name, Ben
Shelton?
Yeah, Ben Shelton. He looked like he was just wore slap out.
They were. I mean, it was.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, it was because they. I know I talked to a couple of them, and they by the time they got back to their room or their camper, which it probably took a couple hours to get from the racetrack to their camper.
Yeah,
For all the campers there was and everything going on up there. I mean, and then they still had to go through and do all their stuff and notes and write-ups for the race.
Yeah.
It probably was.
My gosh, man.
Randy Joyce.
Everybody on Randy Joyce.
Jack says he didn't sing a single lap of the million. Fell asleep during driver intros and woke up in victory lane.
Hey.
That's $1 million dream right there.
That's exactly how Davenport planned it out.
Yeah. He was Davenport was in another zip code at Eldora, man. I mean, I knew we got a little group chat where I used to iRace. I don't do it no more, but all of us, just a bunch of drivers, people and stuff. We got this group chat, and everybody was making their picks and stuff that night. Did you make a pick?
I just said you picked JD because yours didn't make it.
Yeah, you suck. But I picked JD, man, because I knew he was like.
He was good. Now, had the caution not came out, I really would have liked to seen it go caution free because McCready was good.
Yeah,
McCready was on the bottom and he was good.
McCready was the caution. He had the flat tire.
Well, the first caution when had caught JD and I can't remember who somebody else had a flat. And about 14 laps to go. That first caution, if that one hadn't came out, I think it would have been a little better.
Yeah.
So really, I'd like to seen one of the top 5 cars that was on the lead lap. If I'd have been 5th, I'd have came in and got me a new tire on that caution.
No doubt.
Somebody said they had a rule that you couldn't change tires unless you had a flat.
Well, mine would have been flat by the time my crew got to it.
Well, I know during the day in the prelims, they had to run the same tire from practice hot laps all the way to the feature.
Yeah. But it really wasn't that hard on tires. Like I said, we looked at JD's on Friday from what he ran on Thursday. I mean, they really wouldn't. I mean, they could run another 100 laps.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Tire wear was not that bad.
Wow.
For the racetrack, it really wouldn't.
That says a lot for Hoosier. Well, it's showtime. Looks like, right?
Getting close.
Oh, I'm just waiting on you.
Why are you always waiting on me?
Hey, for the ones that just come in, I just want to remind you, this is the pre-show show. Jason Wall's in the house tonight. We're going to get to know Jason again. Not again, but for y'all, we're going to get to know Jason. Mid-East Tour, all the Mid-East Tour stuff. He's also the promoter for Friendship Motor Speedway. He's a man of many talents. And so looking forward to getting to know Jason here. So, and if y'all have any questions for Jason or whatnot, he says he's game on for anything, right?
I'll answer any questions.
All right.
Might not like the answers, but you'll answer anything.
I am a married man. I've answered worse questions.
So, without further ado,
It's showtime.
and what's up, Backstretchers? I hope everybody is having a great Monday night. Like I say, it has been hot today. And hope everybody's staying.
It's going to be worse tomorrow.
Yes, it's going to be hot. But Saturday, Nick was telling me it's going to be down to 83 degrees. So
84, yeah, that's what it's showing.
Great racing weather for Friendship Motor Speedway for the Donald Tucker Memorial. I know, Jason, you had a lot to do with that. And we are looking forward to the Carolina Clash, Donald Tucker Memorial. There it is, $2,500 to win. They're gonna run features, twin features, 25 laps piece, $2,500 to the winner, $250 to start. So that is going to be a big deal. First time ever the Carolina Clash has ever run twin features.
Yeah. I got with Marion from the Clash when Ronnie Tucker called me when I guess the 311 decided not to race and everything with that. So Ronnie reached out to me and we talked about moving the race to Friendship, and we had the Clash race coming up, and with race history in the Clash, it really worked out pretty good for everybody involved.
Yeah.
I called Marion and told him, we got a little bit extra money that everybody's going to find out about later in the week for different positions and different things for the twins. But I talked to Marion and said, we really wouldn't mind running twins one time. He said that had never been done. So we got it all worked out where we're going to run 2 super late model features in one night.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be awesome.
I think it's going to be pretty good. There's, that's like, it's not really been out there yet. Once I get caught up and done, we'll get some more stuff posted, but there is going to be $1,000 bonus if anybody can win both features.
Both features. Yep. So, that's right. So that's going to be a big deal. Can't wait to be a part of that, man. I love super late model racing anyway, so it's kind of a treat for me Saturday night. Before we get started, let's pay some bills, Nick. What do you think?
Pay some bills?
Yeah, we got to pay some bills.
I got a whole stack of them at the house you can have.
Yeah, we got a whole stack of them here. Andrew's Mowing and Landscaping, Andrew Langford, also driver of the 604, number 25. Andrew is
46.
46. Where did I get 25 from?
46.
Duh. 46. Hey, that's the greatest thing about this show. I screw up. So Andrew's Mowing and Landscaping, 604 driver number 46. I think he ran this past weekend up at Natural Bridge, if I'm not mistaken. 336-624-8357. Call Andrew for all your mowing and landscaping needs.
JBS Builders, that's Joey Smith out of Meadows, North Carolina, for all your handyman needs, decks, remodels. Give Joey a call at 336-712-6049.
NRS Race Scoring. Nick, thank you for everything you do for the show, for dirt racing, period. We do transponders at Friendship Motor Speedway. Come see us.
Earl Ramey Racing Engines out of Mooresville, North Carolina. If you're not running Earl Ramey, you're behind on time. Also offered Maxima Racing Oils and Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust.
Randy's Custom Lettering in Wanacove, North Carolina. Vinyl adds horsepower. If you ain't running Randy's, you losing horsepower. Make sure you go see RCL. Become a member of Team RCL. 336-591-9301.
Gann's Race Cars and Parts out of Medan, North Carolina. That's Philip Gann for all your fabrication and race car part needs. Also got Too Fast for You embroidery. That's Tangy Gann in-house at Gann's Race Cars and Parts.
Stokes Apparel and First Place Merch, Travis Lawson. We're going to touch on him. He is our spotlight sponsor. That's what I was going to say real quick. We hadn't told him about that yet, Nick. We're going to start a new thing starting this week. We are going to do spotlight sponsors. And this week's spotlight sponsor is Stokes Apparel, First Place Merch. Travis Lawson does some of the baddest racing T-shirts that you've seen. All the drivers, most of the drivers in the pits is wearing his stuff. Make sure you call Travis Lawson for your next T-shirt needs.
Tate Logging and Firewood out of Low Gap, North Carolina. That is the hillbilly of Zach Tate for all your timber logging and firewood heating needs. Give him a call at 336-757-6706.
And our friends at R&B Enterprise, Ricky and Dustin Brim, for all your automotive needs, give them a call up on K Fork Road in Madison, 336-427-7425. All right, now that the bills are paid, we got a lot of bills. Again, Jason Wall's in the house. Jason, like I said before, thank you so much for coming tonight. Looking forward to getting to know you. But me and Nick was talking about it before you got here, and I was like, what do you think we ought to do? And he's like, let's talk to him about the first time how he started Mid-East and what was going. Because you used to drive. A lot of people, the newer generation, not as old as us. They don't know. You used to be a driver. You drove 4 cylinders, drove late model.
So 602 when it first started, didn't you?
We ran 602s the first time when
you're on TV.
When Mike started the very first time. We
got company.
Where is
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, Jason.
It's all good. Like I said, it's just a normal day for me.
Yeah.
But no, I did. We started in go-karts when I was 12. We ran go-karts through the 90s, moved up into 4 cylinders. Actually won my first ever race car race at Friendship Speedway, so it's kind of cool to be up there doing what I'm doing now. Ran 4 cylinders, run really good for a few years. Moved up to the late model side, and it was the steel block deal the first time, and ran about half a season, and then that's when the crate motor started taking off. We sold this late model motor and got us a crate, and we ran crates for about 5 or 6 years, and through Morse, back then it was me and John Morse at Morse Brothers Landscaping. We ran about 5 years up and down the road doing the crate stuff, and it was fun. We really enjoyed it. Just that's when it started changing over from when, and I'll be honest, I'm guilty of it if anybody is. That's when it started changing over from affordable to a business, and John was doing his own thing, but he was going into the more of the ownership and leadership role of Morse Brothers. I was starting to get out and do some other things, so it was just the time to quit. And when I got out of the race car, and with a couple of years, we just was helping, doing what we could. And then actually got a phone call from Joe Rush when he was at Princeton. They was wanting to get the 602 modified stuff going at Princeton. He asked me if I would help him put on a race up there, and I did. It was 4th of July about 6 years ago now, and we went up there and I helped him and had a good field of cars for that race. And on the way home that night, like I said, it was July the 3rd. On the way home that night, me and Britt, my dad, and Joe, and a couple of us was talking. And at the time, it was Withville, Carolina, and Friendship was running 602 modifieds. So I had a good relationship with everybody at those 3 tracks. So we got that together along with Joe's at Princeton, and we just done 4 races then. And it was that's kind of how this deal got going. In 6 years, this went from 1 division and 4 races to 6 divisions, and through the 6 divisions, we have 76 total races this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty neat. Because I know as an old driver myself, it's hard to get out of a seat, but it seems like you're doing way better off than you would have been.
I'm like everybody else. I still miss it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hadn't been in a race car. Myself personally had not been in a race car on a racetrack in 9 years until about a month and a half ago. We was doing some of the NASCAR testing at Friendship for the drivers getting ready to go to Bristol.
Yeah.
Mitchell had one of his cars up there, and after we got done with the NASCAR test, he asked my little girl Madeline, he asked her if she'd ever seen me in a race car, and she said no. So we sent Brittany back to the house to get my suit and helmet, and she came back up there, and I made a few laps in one of Mitchell's cars, and I made about 10 laps, and I figured that's about all I needed to make. I was good. So.
Hey, I heard you look good too. So yeah,
it's like
that's just what Brittany said.
Yeah, Brittany did not say that.
Yeah,
Brittany said, did about the fire seat.
Yeah. That was
we made fun on the show about that too.
In 10 years, that driving suit had shrunk. I don't know why. It was a mess, but it was fun. And honestly, I really didn't know what to expect getting back in the car doing that, but honestly, with everything going, I really, really enjoy this side of it. I really do. I don't miss the other side. Like I said, at Eldora this weekend, Dalton Wilson, one of my best friends, I got to work on his pit crew and help him and bang sheet metal,
really?
Everything out all weekend. I kind of enjoyed working on the car again, but that's, like I said, it's just, I like to do that every once in a while. Now, I really have no intentions of driving again. There might be, we might drive one more time because of a race that we're kind of working on having on down the line. There might be an opportunity to run a race one time, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
That makes me go, Nick, what do you think?
I guess we can get the old timers back out there one more time.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That's we're always thinking.
Yeah.
That's what this deal. That's what the promoting thing is now. The promoting thing is thinking, getting outside the box, and trying to come up with something that's doable. That just brings in some different people, or just try something that somebody else isn't doing or that won't do.
Yeah.
We're fortunate enough at Friendship with Mitchell and Tim. We're fortunate enough to be able to, Mitchell's been up and down the road with me a lot. We've run a lot of races. So we kind of got an idea of what we would expect on the racing side.
Yeah.
To want to race for, but also on the promoting side, know how to pull that off. And it really makes things a little bit easier up there for that, just because of what we got to work with.
Yeah. Well, the car count at Friendship has been enormous. I mean, 143 week before last. Yep. Hadn't been under 100 all year. And I love, my wife loves what we're actually doing up there, running every week. So, I mean, and a lot of that is credit to you, because you went out and done the footwork, so to say.
Well, it was. Like I said, this is all I've ever done. I'm 44 years old. That's all I've ever done. I was born in December. I was at the racetrack in March. There's been race cars at mom and dad's house forever. And then when I got into racing, I mean, that's just all I've ever done. You can kind of see how stuff's going and and I'll be honest, when we was racing back in the 90s and early 2000s, it's a huge difference in the people, the crowd, and what you're working with. I mean, the social media stuff and just everything. There's in 1996 when we was racing, all of us kids wasn't sitting in the house playing 14 different video games at the same time. I mean, there was a lot less stuff to do, so there was a lot more people to get out, and we're just trying to get people out and give them a reason to come to the race and just see something different that they're not used to seeing. So it really helps us out. Right. I know going into this year when me and Mitchell talked, we knew we didn't want to race every weekend. It's just, I think, honestly, my personal opinion is outside of Bowman Gray Stadium and a couple of other places, it's just really, really hard for everybody to commit to being at the racetrack every week. It is. And once you can't commit to being at the racetrack every week, it's hard. You just pick and choose. Yeah. So we decided on this every other week format. I know we took a lot of ribbon for it when we announced it, but with the way fuel is, and especially racing tires and the way everything is, it's really worked out to our benefit. It really has. Absolutely.
I mean, and a lot of people didn't realize this, but the family time, dude. I mean, you can't get back family time. And now a lot of people are seeing that, and they're like, man, this is the greatest thing ever. Ronnie Hall had a question. If you want to put it back up there, how come you or someone else don't sponsor the front wheel drive class?
I'm trying to figure out who that question was diverted to. If it was Jason or me, or
I think it was Jason.
Honestly, we asked a few people about class division sponsors at Friendship this year, but with everything going on and it being different and cutting back on the schedule, we really didn't push it because honestly, we really didn't know what to expect. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very pleased with how it's been so far. Yeah. I really couldn't ask for anything better. I know Mitchell's been very pleased with how it's went, and I think everybody's gonna see that with that, there's gonna be other things happen and different stuff. Work is nonstop at the racetrack on doing stuff. We're going to make some more improvements while we're during our summer break, but honestly, we really didn't push it right now, just because we really didn't know what to expect. And we didn't want to go out and get a lot of money from different people, not knowing what we was actually going to be doing and how we was going to do it. So.
Right. Well, you also got the SCDRA. You got what we run up there.
The Seahawks.
I mean, you got a couple of different ones already sponsoring that series anyway. So as far as what I mean, I don't know what you could do different because you either get the VTEX or not VTEX, right?
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And honestly, with all the other tracks around us going to the more to the Seahawks side, we kind of wanted to be in line with everybody else because I've never been a fan of a racetrack being on an island by themselves. Right. You get those cars and that's it. Right. Well, if you got 12 cars that's going to come race, well, first time something happens to one or two, you lose 2 or 3 cars. There's no other cars to come in and help that out. And we can see with the divisions that we've run, I mean, we were having 20 crates on a
Oh, yeah.
weekly show.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then the other night for the tour race, we had 35, which I'll be honest with you, 35 604s in June it kind of blew me away. It really did.
It's almost unheard of having,
Especially in this
Yeah.
region.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to talk junk about 311 or nothing, but I've never seen that many crates before in my life at 311 or anywhere else, for that matter. That was crazy. I mean, they come out of woodwork. Bonus for 602, you're running 604s this weekend.
Yeah, there is a bonus. You get to race.
You get to race.
While we're up here, Alan says Mitchell and his guys are doing a great job with the track at Friendship. Robert Butcher wants to know how you can win tickets.
We're gonna win tickets here in just a little while. We've got a little question that goes along with the race this weekend. We'll get to that shortly.
Yeah.
And I will say, I know that I get to promote and do a lot of cool stuff at the racetrack, but just the work that Mitchell and Tim and all the guys up there have put in over the off season. I was up there probably once a week through everything I had going on. But I mean, just everything that they've done, and the comments, even at Eldora this weekend, the people that came to me and talked to me about the racetrack and say, hey, so-and-so was testing there the other day. They sent me a video, and I had to ask them where they was at because I didn't even recognize the place.
Right.
It's really cool to see that, but I mean, they've really busted their tail to get the place turned around and how it should be. And I'll be honest, our plan is to make Friendship Motor Speedway the premier track, not only in the area, but on the East Coast to come to. We've already been approached, and we've already talked to some touring team series just about coming in and running a race because a lot of them have heard what's going on, and they've reached out to us and inquired about doing a race. And honestly, we're 6 months into 2022, and we're already working on 2023 stuff.
Oh, wow. I mean, because we've only got, 5 more races this year? 5? Yeah, 5.
Yeah, it ain't a whole lot.
It ain't. Yeah, I mean, so we're almost done. But if and doing what we're doing, I say doing what we're doing because I got the friendship right here, Pancho.
So what about opening the young guns back up for the younger kids? Keep them interested. They are future racers.
I agree, but it's just hard. We don't want to keep everybody there all night as it is. We're really trying to get the show done by 11:30 every night. With the young guns, we've got to find a rules package because with allowing front-wheel drives and rear-wheel drives and just different kinds of cars, I'm not a fan of it's just, you discourage a lot of kids. Again, I raced when I was 12, so I know how easy it is to get discouraged by, I know that I'm better than this, but my car that I've got to work with is not. And you can't make parents spend a ton of money just to, you can't make the parent go broke to try to keep up with somebody else.
Right.
We're looking at ways to do that. We really are. Like I said, we really are trying to do some different stuff. But with everything we had going on this year, we just really couldn't fit them in. But now going forward, we are looking at ways to do that. And just, like I said, we really didn't know what to expect this year with everything changing and some different stuff. So, but that is something we're really, like I said, I've got 2 kids, so I understand, and I want them to be in the sport. So I completely understand, and we're going to do what we can to involve them.
I know I've seen Ty Norton make a comment a little while ago. He come from the Young Guns up to the modifieds where he's at now, and won a race. I think he won a race in the modifieds at Cherokee not too long ago. But that's kind of the see-how we running. I mean, they're not super fast like the VTECs or whatnot, but is that a starting point? Maybe because we got a couple of kids coming into the modifieds.
Either like I said, the front wheel drives is a good. I mean, look at Bentley.
Yeah,
Bentley
Collins.
Yeah. I mean, he is. He's getting it done.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran Young Guns last year, and he's running the full-fledged front-wheel drive division this year. I mean, and he's doing a really good job. I know he got in a wreck the other night and didn't get to run the feature, but I mean, still for as young as he is and the experience he's got, he really has. And again, I'm just from what I've been and what I've done. I don't see the harm in letting the kids run with the adults.
I don't.
Landon Lewis he came from Legends, from go-karts to 602 modifieds at 12 years old, and won a couple of races his first season. So the front wheel drives and the Pro 4s, I still think they're a good division to get the kids in. I moved up. I mean, I got in a 4-cylinder from go-karts when I was 14.
That's me.
So I mean, the 4-cylinder division, either 4-cylinder division is a good one to get your kids in.
Absolutely, absolutely.
She said maybe once a month. I think you're trying to find ways for them kids of the future.
And I agree, the kids are our future. And I'm not saying this. Okay, I know I'm probably gonna get some backlash from this, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I know everybody don't have the money to do this, okay, and I totally understand that. But like Dalton Jacobs, Jameson McBride went straight to 602. They didn't race anything but go-karts and went straight to 602 late model. And I know every kid ain't got the money to run 602 late model or modified. But I feel like the front-wheel drive class, like Ronnie Hall and it was referred to earlier, I feel like that's an affordable class. I mean, you're just adding another class on the 7 that we already have.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's one thing I will say that I think it's too many classes right now.
And that was one of the things with going from the SCDRA to the CHA was I know the SCDRA front wheel drives. I mean, I seen them suckers at Bristol. We was fortunate enough to go out there and help with Bristol with the XR stuff. I mean, I talked to a couple of those guys. You could have a first class modified for what some of them guys had in their front wheel drives. I mean, no question. No question. So just to try to keep the cost down for everybody, like I said, either one of the 4-cylinder divisions we have is still a good spot. And I'll just be honest. I mean, I'll answer the question. What happens when a kid gets hurt? I mean, what happens when a kid gets hurt riding on the road? What happens when a kid gets hurt racing go-karts?
We're back to this racing. It's a dangerous sport to start with.
I'll be the first one to tell you. I had my neck broke in a go-kart when I was 13 years old. So, I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It don't matter. That race car or them people don't know how old you are when you do something. I mean, there's no, I don't want to be that guy, but that's going to happen if it's going to happen. We don't want it to happen because God knows if it happens, I'll quit because I'm not getting anybody hurt. I refuse. I won't do it. I can't stand it because, again, I've got kids. But as far as kids racing with adults, that's just part of anything. I mean, when your kid turns 18, you send them out in the world, and here it is. I mean, it's just part of growing up. That's the world we live in.
But, and you could say this. I mean, I would rather my kid racing with adults than other kids because the adults are probably going to be, I'm not going to say more with more experience. I will say,
my mom will be the first to tell you because she about killed me and my dad both when I came home with a broken neck. But at the end of the day, I would take my chances with a kid racing with adults in a car with a roll cage and closed in, a full containment seat. Everything that the safety has come along now. I've got 2 kids. I would not be scared to put either one of them in a car when they get to the age where they can do it. I wouldn't be afraid of it at all. I mean, like I said, stuff's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, that's just life.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I've always had a saying, and you see these young kids and stuff on TV and whatnot at our racetracks and stuff, and I'll be the first one to tell you, when they climb through that window, they're in an adult world.
Like I said, Landon Lewis strapped in a race car, went to Carolina and tested on Thursday night, and boom, his first race was on Friday.
I mean, you can take Bryson Harper. He was 11 years old in a super. Right.
I mean, Travis Pennington back in the day. Travis was like 10 or 11. They put him in a 4-cylinder car. He ran 4-cylinders till he was about 12 or 13. Boom, throw him in late model. Brandon Overton the same way. Brandon Overton was just a kid when he got into full-fledged race cars. I mean, it's just, and
the young gun class is I guess a good class somewhere. But I've never understood it because but that's just me.
And it all comes down to what the parents can afford to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but anyway, moving on to, so I would like to know how the deal come up for you to promote Friendship? I mean, I know you and Mitchell's been friends for a long time.
Yeah, me and Mitchell's been friends for a long time. His dad and my dad actually worked for the same late model team back before either one of us was even born.
Yeah.
So Gray and my dad, they've known each other forever, which in turn, me and Mitchell have knew each other for a long time and raced up and down the road together. So when that deal went down to get the racetrack, I was actually at the beach on vacation, and Mitchell called me and, kind of told me that he was going to get the track and he really would like for me to come up there and help him with it some. So I went up there, and once we got the track in October last year, we done the state race, which I thought was a huge success for the amount of time we had to going into it and nobody really not knowing what to expect with new owners and new stuff. I thought it went really good. So it really kind of worked hand in hand together. The promoting side of it, I've got a little bit more experience with and a little bit more of how stuff needs to be done and the way the world's going now with different things. So Mitchell he can blow me out of the water on track prep and keeping the facilities good. So it really worked out great for both of us.
Yeah.
Neither one of us had time to do it all, but we can find the time to do some of it. So it really worked out pretty good that way.
Randy said he had looked at 602 schedule for Mid-East. Well, what do y'all have going on in July?
July 23rd at Cherokee Speedway, we got the Mid-East Summer Classic.
All right.
We'll have all of our Mid-East divisions at Cherokee on the 23rd.
And Chris has been chopping at the bit to go to Cherokee, so maybe they'll make that trip down there.
And he should. I'll be honest. He's impressed me. I'm glad to see. I know he told me Randy didn't care about going up and down the road, but Chris wants to.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad to see him doing it because the trip to Fayetteville earlier in the year, I think was one of the best things that happened to them.
Absolutely.
He ran really good. He ran strong against a stout field of cars somewhere he'd never seen. You can't ask for much more than that. Like I said, I'll be honest with you. I would like to see him run the whole tour one time just to see.
Absolutely, I would too.
I'm just throwing it out there.
And I was talking to him before you come. He called me. He was like, "Oh, I got lucky," because he was talking about going to Fayetteville this weekend. I was like, "That's where you ought to go if you want to win some money."
$1,200 to win 602 late models at Fayetteville this weekend.
And he's like, "Well, I got lucky last time." And I was like, "You crazy dude? You ran against those stout field of cars like that, man."
Yeah, that's one. The competition level in this area, the whole Carolinas.
Yeah.
In 604 late model, 602 late model, and mods, the competition is it's just so tight that there's just as much skill as there is the luck to coming out of these shows and running good. It's been pretty good.
Yeah. The only thing, and nothing against you, of course. I just don't agree with if 604 drivers, super drivers, as some moving down to 602, to run stuff like that and stuff and take the money or whatever. I don't like to see that myself. I wish there was some rule against that personally, but that's just me. I know everybody's entitled to race or whatever.
To a point, yeah. Some of them just no different than the Cup drivers run the Xfinity race.
Yeah.
But honestly, the 604 and super drivers moving back down to 604 and 602, I think those guys are at more of a disadvantage because it's a big deal. The guys we have running around here, they're good in their car. They are good in their equipment.
Right.
So somebody else dropping down to run with them, unless they run like a Ruggiero that runs both full time.
Right.
That's a little bit different. But somebody just coming in, and we're working on one of the races that we're working on for a little bit higher purse. I'll be honest with you, that is going to be one of our stipulations. In 604, if you've ran more than X amount of super races in a year, you cannot run the 604 race. Same thing for 602, with the exception of like Cheeseburger and Ruggiero. They're running both full time. If they're running both full time, you can't tell them they can't race. But it keeps some of the other guys from just coming and wanting to kind of pick on them. But we're working on some stuff like that because I agree. It's just when you put on a big show for that division should be who the show is for.
Right.
So that's just my personal opinion on it too.
It's my chance to race against them. But I know we gotta see.
You want to see what Randy said?
Yeah, go ahead. When I announced at Friendship a few years ago, I said you can run good there. You can more likely run good the other track. Friendship is tough. Yes,
there's there's a lot of tracks around that you go to Cherokee and run good. Those guys can go anywhere. Jeremy Steele showed. Jeremy Steele's been really good at Gaffney. He's went out and run really good on the 604 tour. Dylan Brown, same way. He runs really good at Gaffney. With that said, there's some friendship cars that are really good when they go out and race. There's a lot of cars that, you take Whiff, for instance. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of cars that run good at Whiff. They struggle when they go anywhere besides Whiff. Yeah. We've seen it in multiple divisions. There's just –
and that's because –
it's not like anywhere else. Friendship is just enough of itself that makes you good that you can go use that at other tracks. It just is.
It is. It really is.
And especially for the weekly show. It's tough for out-of-town guys to come to Friendship and really, really run good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Unless you're Daniel Parker. He kind of made it look pretty easy. But,
dude's tough anywhere he goes.
He's been on a roll this year. I'll give him that.
But I want to commend you. I know we talked. You said you want to stay more on the friendship side of things, but without what you're doing, dude, these guys wouldn't get to travel up and different tracks and stuff because I know, and I'm coming from 311, and you know how that goes and was and whatever. You had guys there that would not leave 311 for nothing. They ain't going nowhere else but 311 Speedway on Saturday night. But now they're going up and down the road, dude. And
I am just tickled to death to no means that on the 604, on the Mid-East 604 side, we've had 10 guys go to every race this year.
Yeah.
Half of them are 311/Friendship regulars.
Yeah.
To see those guys going up and down the road is really, it's really cool for me to see.
Absolutely.
And a lot of other people have even said that they couldn't remember the last time they've seen that many people from around this area get out and travel. I know that's been one of the biggest things on the Mid-East side is because I've done it. When I had 604 late model, I had Goodyears, Hoosiers, 200s, Hoosier 30. We had more tires in the trailer. Thank God we went in a tire shortage in.
Yeah.
But we've been up and down the road. We could go run our car at 10 different racetracks, but it took 10 different sets of tires. To try to get all the divisions kind of on the same page with the same tracks. You could. This is probably. I know we was talking about at the show in Hickory with a lot of other promoters and different people and tracks. This is the first time, and it's probably about 15 years that I can remember where so many cars could go to so many racetracks without having to actually change rules and change parts. And I think it's made the racing better as a whole because it's just, like I said, I don't want to be on an island. I can't stand. Like I said, if tracks work for them, kudos, but I'm not a fan of putting yourself on an island. If it rains at Cherokee Speedway on a Saturday night, I want those guys to be able to come to Friendship and race. You want cars at your racetrack. I know a lot of them, I got my little core of guys, we just want to take care of them. And I'm all for taking care of our locals. I'm not going to do anything to not take care of the locals, but still, to make the track survive and to do bigger and better things like we're doing, you need to be able to get other people to come when you have, it's nothing, even for me, and I have nothing involved, but it's discouraging for me to see a track put on a big show and have the exact same cars they had the week before for half the money.
Yeah,
you run a big show and you get the same people.
Right.
It's just you can't justify that as a promoter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And how about that Hicks boy at Friendship?
I would assume he's talking about Benji.
I'm assuming that he has to be more specific.
Yeah.
Unless we're in the 90s, and then we could be talking about 20 different
people. Yeah. Benji's a bad man, and that's who you're talking about.
I'm being tickled to death for him to go out and build his own car. I know Chase McCormick's got one now. I hate to see him get tore up, but Benji's done a really good job on his own piece. I got to look at it a little bit. It's a nice car.
Nice.
From my understanding, there's a couple of more being built for a couple other people, and I've not seen it anywhere, so we'll leave that as it be. But I do know there's a couple of other ones being built for the double nickel car.
I think that's going to be a tough ride, as testing and development goes on, and now he's got 2 to do. So hey, but and speaking of the promoting side and your Mid-East deal, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean with all due respect, I've seen you being cussed out like a dog, dude. Bad. And you're cool as ice about it. How in the world do you do that, dude? I mean, I couldn't.
It just comes with it. I've been on the racing side of it, the racer side of it, and I'll be honest. 2 weeks after my first race, I called probably 25 different promoters and told them I am sorry. Yeah. They said, for what? I said, if I've treated you anything like I've been treated the last couple of weeks, I am sorry. But I mean, it's just part of it. It's anything. It don't matter what you do or how you do it. Somebody's going to be happy. Somebody's not. Yeah. And you hear a lot more from the people that are not happy than you do for the ones that are. I mean, right. Again, don't get me wrong. We get a lot of, especially like on the friendship stuff and the mini stuff both. We get a lot of messages and a lot of calls and a lot of texts from people during the week about how good a job we've done and how they thank you for this, thank you for that. Yeah. But it's more private. Yeah. The negative is more public. Yeah. So people see that a lot more. Yeah. But it just comes along with it. I mean, like I said, it's just, I've been here and then, like I said, I've done this for 40 years. I've seen it, so I kind of know. I knew what to expect, and I mean, it's a lot different than I expected just because of some of the stuff you have to put up with. Oh, yeah. But you have to put up with it. I mean, you signed up for that. You have to do it. Yeah. It just comes with it. And 9 times out of 10, not everybody's going to be happy, but give it a week or two, and everybody sees and talks to different people and hears other things, and they go back and look. You work it out. I mean, right. It's just like anything else. I mean, it's right.
I've told David just about just like the show. People get upset about something. I'm like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, don't worry about it.
I left Eldora Sunday. Nobody was mad at me, and I didn't know what to do. It was awful.
What about a fan night? Meet and greet with the driver.
That is coming. Fan night is coming. We just got to get through our summer break here. We've got some couple things going for some different races as we get into the last week of July and August. We've got a few things going, and that is one of them because I really am a fan of that. I like getting that goes back to the kids. I really like getting all the fans and the kids in the racetrack with their drivers and getting candy and different things. Yeah. We just, with the start of the year, I mean, honestly, we've run 4 races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
March was, I mean, we kept everything. I mean, we wasn't expecting 140 cars in March, so we was there all night. The second race, it was about 10 degrees. We was all trying to go home.
We started early. Got done early.
We was trying to go home. Yeah. We'd have mentioned fan night and at 10 degrees. We'd all, I would have. You'd have thought being cussed. But,
yeah.
And then the third race was just we just wanted to get through a regular show. We just wanted to get through one normal regular show so we could kind of gauge off of our time and different stuff. Yeah. And then of course with the big Battle of the Bull Ring last week, we knew it was not good. We knew it was going to be good on cars. We really didn't expect that many. Yeah. Like I said, we was all really surprised with the turnout. Yeah. But now going into the rest of the year, we've kind of got our time kind of figured out. So yeah, we kind of figure and do different things. But yes, that is one thing we're definitely going to do.
Yeah, because I think y'all end up with 103 entries just in the mod 602 late model 604.
Yes, we had 103 cars in the 3 Mid-East divisions, which absolutely blew me away. I mean, like I said, we can't even, this is from the Mid-East and the friendship side. We can't thank everybody enough for the support that we've got this year. I mean, we're not doing anything special. We're just, like I've told everybody, this promoting side is, like I said, it's just try to put on as good a show as you can. Just be different enough that it gets interest, but not be different enough that people don't know what's going on.
Right.
And like I said, give a good racetrack, which Michelin have been excellent on the racetrack all year. It's been awesome all year long. And just like I said, just do what we can, get the people in, get them out, give them a good show. And but like I said, we can't thank everybody enough for the support we've got this year.
Oh, speaking of the show, what is going to be the format this Saturday night? Is it going to be hot lap qualifying, heat races? Put you on the spot there.
That's all right. No, we're the 4 weekly divisions. We'll have the Super Stock 4, Pro 4, Mini Late Models, and 602 Modifieds. They will all hot lap qualify for their feature. Supers and 604s will hot lap and qualify for their features. Then the Supers will run their first race. We'll do an invert for their winner and then run their second feature. So that's it. Just in the interest of time and everything, we're just like I said.
So everybody hot lap qualifies basically,
except for the 2 late models.
Late models. Yeah. Okay.
Randy says, "Is there any other tracks getting the that car count like Friendship. Really don't think so. We haven't raced against less than 20 cars. 2 weeks ago, we had 30.
Yeah.
I can't answer that question because I don't want to look like. I mean, I can answer it, but I don't want to look like that guy.
Look like that guy. Look like that guy. I mean,
we've been very fortunate on our car count. I mean, it's out there. I know there's a lot of people that do it, me included, that look at Race Monitor and my Race Pass every Sunday morning. That's one of the first things I do is I get on my Race Pass and I scroll through and I look at car counts at different tracks, different series. Friendship is doing very well on the car counts. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And like I said, we can't thank everybody enough for that. And I know that's been one of the things that's been brought up to me a lot. And I know me and Mitchell talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people know it, but a lot of people don't get it. Last Saturday night when we raced, we paid over $2,100 out to 30 cars that did not make a feature.
Right, for B mains.
Yeah, we paid out over $2,100 that any other race, 99.9% of other racetracks, and me included. I've been to the racetrack several times and did not make the race and come to the house with nothing.
Yeah. You don't see that.
We did. We paid out over $2,100 to 30 cars that did not make a feature the other night.
That is crazy.
But again, in having the car counts and the crowds that we're having, we're fortunate enough to be able to do that and not be the end of the world for us.
Right.
I know there's a lot of racetracks. I mean, there's some racetracks that if they made $2,100 right now, they'd be tickled to death.
Oh yeah.
So we've been very fortunate to be able to make a little money, but give back. And I think that's one of the biggest things we've got going for us is, again, we'll get outside of the box and do stuff that. And I've always been like that, even with my stuff. We do a full field invert on a modified race every year. I mean, who's ever heard of inverting the entire field?
Exactly.
The first night, I mean, the first time we done that, they was ready to kill me after the first race. But I mean, it's just you got to get outside of the box and just be different.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Again, this is no disrespect to anybody else, but this region is one of the worst regions for. Everybody does the same thing week in, week out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you've got to be different. You've got to get outside the box, do something different. And again, I'm fortunate enough to have Mitchell's full support on doing some crazy stuff. But is like I told Mitchell, it's only crazy if we can't figure out a way to pull it off.
Right.
I've come to him with a couple ideas. He's looked at me and told me I just was not the smartest person he talked to that day. Again, and some of them we figured out how to work out, and some of them we just couldn't. They were good ideas. We just couldn't make them work.
Yeah.
Right now, we put them back going forward. Maybe we can, but
If it looks stupid but it works, it's not stupid.
That's exactly right. I mean, that is 100%. I mean, we're gonna do. I mean, you hear it here first.
I'm gonna throw this up here real quick.
Let's see.
Can Randy's Custom Leather sponsor a race before the season ends?
Anybody that wants to sponsor a race anytime they want to, you tell us what you want to do, how you want to do it, and we will gladly spend your money.
I'm gonna tell you what, that is one of the greatest sponsors in the world, right there.
Yeah. So I mean, we've had a lot of help on a lot of these races that we've done. We really have. I mean, we've been very fortunate. But yeah, anybody that wants to sponsor any race anytime, get with me or Mitchell, and like I said, we'll gladly do some. That's what we're gonna have later this week. Is announcing on some different stuff.
She said, back to school bash. We'd love to help getting school supplies to kids. Love to help get that together if we can. Nothing like giving back to the community. We are actually going over and trying to get where school just got out a lot of places. We're going over and getting a lot of the school schedules to try to see what weekend works best for that. Yes, that's one thing we're working on. And what I was going to say is, you've heard it here first, I guess. I know we do the Willie Harrell Memorial every year for Michael Harrell's dad. Yeah. And it's one of the best races of the year. Even when it was at 311 and Ararat, and then last year at Friendship, it is one of the biggest and best modified races of the year. Like I said, we invert the entire field. We got a really good purse. We break up, and people have to race for the money.
That's right.
You have to race. This year, that will be for both 602 modified and 602 late model.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Michael Harrell's got a 602 late model he's putting together for himself, and honestly, he came about a half a lap from winning his dad's memorial race last year in the modified. With the family connections he's got that's running the modified still. We didn't want to take it away from the modifieds, but since Michael has got him a late model, we're going to do it for both 602 late models and 602 modifieds.
That is awesome, man. That's going to be a good time. I am looking forward to that. I think we ought to make Chris Joyce go the other way, though.
That goes back to not getting anybody hurt. I don't know. That's they done a fabulous job of trying to kill each other the other night. I'm not doing it again.
They have a harder time going the right way.
And that's the worst part about having a big show is you get so many people in here, and the bigger the show, I mean, you just, like I said, this region's been hurting for so long for what people, anybody can run a race.
Right.
But there's a lot of events, I mean, anybody can win a race too. Right. So, but to give people, a lot of drivers, there's people, man, we want to win this race. We want to win this race. Yeah. It just magnifies that a little more than normal, especially around here. And with that comes, you're going to have, it's just going to happen. Stuff's going to happen. I don't think nothing happened the other night was anybody's fault. It was all victim of circumstances and stuff happens. But like I said, we're trying to limit that as much as possible. Yeah. But again, the bigger the show, especially for the local guys, I think the support divisions in this area are getting to where they're really getting some bigger races.
Oh yeah.
And the bragging rights goes a long ways in racing.
That's right. Exactly.
Bragging rights goes more than money sometimes.
That's exactly right. I know what was that race I was watching, and it wasn't for much money, but they was like, it's bragging rights. That was one of the biggest races of the year for them.
Yeah.
I can't remember the race though. Nathan Walker says, better keep them old body paddles. We got a whole pile of them.
This Joyce says, I'm down for whatever, never complain.
Yeah. Caleb Simmons says, what can I say? I'm just racing.
Just racing to have fun.
Yeah, like I said, I think the Willie Harrell race this year is going to be. I think it's going to be something to see.
Yeah, no doubt.
It really is. Honestly, I think this weekend's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
It's going to be different. Again, 2 super races on the same night. It looks like a pretty good field of cars from what I've gathered from people I talked to at Eldora and talking to Marion with the Clash and a lot of the local guys that have supers and stuff. I think it's going to be a pretty good show. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you know any super guys that you could throw some names out that submitted?
I know that at least the top 5 or 10 of the Clash points have already said they would come in, which includes Rambo and Adam Yarborough and some others. There's some other regional super guys that, as long as they survive Cherokee for the Lucas race on Thursday, are planning on coming and racing. Heaven forbid we say somebody that gets tore up and then they don't go, and you give somebody a reason to yell at me again. But, but I think we're going to be okay on the super side. Well, there may be a couple show up that people won't expect to come just because of how we're doing it.
Yeah,
it has got some interest from some people.
Well, good. That's good. Chris, speaking of the Donald Tucker Memorial, now would be a good time to show the shirts and stuff. Our spotlight sponsor of the
week. He said he's sponsoring the Polo Award for Ronnie Tucker.
All right. So Randy's Custom Lettering is going to be sponsoring the Polo Award.
And I know we have a lot of different awards for different things. I'm actually going to meet with Ronnie probably when I get done here, so we can get everything. So I can kind of get everything announced for everybody, just to so that we'll know what all's going on and everything.
All right.
It's just been with everything going on the last couple of weeks. There just hasn't been enough time.
I totally understand, dude. Our sponsor spotlight of the week is First Place Merch. A lot of you know it as Stokes Apparel. They are doing the Donald Tucker Memorial Race shirts. So here's your look at them. They will be available at the track.
After this,
who's going to have them at the track?
I'm assuming Ronnie's going to have those at the track.
Okay, so Ronnie Tucker, he'll have them maybe. Somebody will
have
have
them.
I've seen them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen them, but I don't know who's going to have them.
I know last time he had them, Ronnie had them made and he sold them at the racetrack. And I think you can pre-order with Ronnie.
You can? Oh, you can pre-order?
Yeah, on Facebook. Okay. And they've got raffle tickets too.
All right, so that's going to be your Donald Tucker Memorial shirts. Travis Lawson also does so many shirts for every driver just about in the pits. Just here's a bunch of shirts that he's been doing. Give Jason a little break here. I know he's been answering questions. Nick's gonna put them up here.
Oh, you ready for them?
Yeah, I'm ready. Whenever you are. There's the Caleb Simmons new shirts for this year. That is a great looking shirt for Caleb. Young man, drives the number 22602 late model. It was great working with Ronnie, especially for this occasion. Thanks for helping connect Randy and Bonnie Joyce. And here is the 20 of Kyle Pierce, 604 late model driver.
For Nelson Motorsports.
Yep, Nelson Motorsports.
The Brendan Hall shirt from last year. He's actually in a modified now.
Yep. He has to get new shirts. Bobby Hunter's shirt from last year.
The Bounty Hunter.
Yep.
That's Caleb Simmons' shirt for this year.
Okay, that's the new shirt.
Yeah, that's the new shirt.
Okay, that's the new shirt. Sorry.
Timmy Harrelson. The Hammer.
I got me one of them.
Yeah, Matt Duggins. I know he could use all your support for some.
Yeah, he needs to sell some shirts.
He needs to sell some shirts. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Had a bad week last race.
Who's that? Who's she?
Big Deborah. Chris Jones of Jones Motorsports. And then we'll go to. I got too many to show.
Yeah.
These are the ones coming out here recently. Zach Tate and Abby Tate shirts will be available this weekend. They have got those in hand. And of course, the Donald Tucker Memorial shirts will be at Friendship Saturday night for the Donald Tucker Memorial. J-Mac, Jameson McBride. And then the brand new one that you can start pre-ordering tonight will be the Nathan Walker, the Night Prowler.
I thought he was the Night Stalker.
He is the Night Prowler.
That's Billy Bishop.
Okay.
These will be available. I think Caitlin is taking care of taking orders for these. These come out today as far as the proof. So if you want a Nathan Walker shirt, get in touch with Caitlin and she can get you taken care of. Randy Poff, I heard, is doing well. He had surgery on last Tuesday on his wrist. Had to put pins and plates in.
Yep. I talked to him.
Was it 10 to 12 week recovery time?
Yeah, I talked to him. I called him and talked to him. That's pretty much what he says.
And
he had surgery, and he's, from what I understand, they're already working on the car, and they might have a backup driver until the real driver.
I have heard that too. Well, that might be interesting to watch as well.
Yeah.
Is that what he called me for? I didn't answer the phone. Dang.
Probably not. But this is the latest shirt coming out of First Place merch. That is Travis Lawson with Stokes Apparel. I thought I had an image with his information on it, but apparently I don't. I must have forgot to put that in there.
You forgot a shirt.
Did I?
Yeah.
Who did I forget?
Our shirts.
I don't have a picture. I don't have a picture of it.
Oh.
The shirt
right
looks
here.
just like this right here.
Yeah, like that right there.
Just like that on the back, except bigger.
So our spotlight sponsor, Travis Lawson at First Place Merch, Stokes Apparel. Thank you, Travis, for everything you have done for the show. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you so much. Like I said, I got to get with you. We got a year-long project we got to do.
That's got me all messed up now.
Yeah, I know.
Because there it is. I'm going to put it up there.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay, go put it up there.
Yeah, bye.
There we go.
There you go. If anybody wants to get in touch with Travis Lawson with Stokes Apparel and First Place merch, there's phone number, email address, and his starting prices for custom team racing gear.
So you need something, that's how you going to get in touch with Travis. Make sure you give him a call. Fast turnaround, man. I'm going to tell you what, some of the baddest stuff out there.
I I know a lot of people was asking about the winning the free tickets.
Free tickets.
So here's how we're going to do the free tickets. We're going to ask a trivia question, and the first person that can give the correct answer will get 2 free grandstand passes for this weekend's Carolina Clash race.
It's a $50 value.
That's a $50 value. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That is. So it's real easy once you know it. You might not know it, so it might not be that easy. But the Carolina Clash ran their very first race at Friendship Motor Speedway in July of 2007. Who was the winner of the first Clash race at Friendship Motor Speedway?
There's Ronnie Covey. Hey, Ronnie. I don't know if it's Kathy or Ronnie. Probably Ronnie.
Probably Kathy.
Which one are you, Ronnie or Kathy?
Ronnie wouldn't call us boys.
Yeah, that's true. He'd call it something else.
Yeah.
So what you got going on for the rest of the year other than the friendship stuff, Jason? You got a lot going on?
We get picked up. It was not Ricky Weeks. It was not. Goodness gracious.
Man, we will.
No, it's not any of them so far. Yeah, no Rambo, no Ricky Weeks, no Billy Hicks.
Tommy's got him as because they popped up in a hurry.
Yeah.
It's not Ricky Weeks or Rambo.
Yeah, just like everybody else. Once we get done Saturday at Friendship, Friendship, we're off the month of July. Yeah. Except for July, we'll be back July the 30th. We're going to do kind of the same thing. I have one race in where am I going? Fayetteville. I have a modified tour race at Fayetteville in July the 9th. Mm-hmm. And that's actually on my way to the beach.
Oh, yeah.
We go to Fayetteville race on that Saturday night. Then we get up and leave on Sunday morning, go to the beach for a week for my little girl's birthday. Then we go to Gaffney on the 23rd. And then we come back and we pick up with just a variety of
things. Daniel Durham Racing.
Yeah.
Was the first one in.
Yep. Daniel Durham Racing.
That's who got it right there.
And honestly, that was the best trivia question that I could think to come up with with it being the Donald Tucker Memorial this weekend. When I was trying to figure out a trivia question, I looked back at all the history of the Carolina Clash, and Ray was the inaugural winner of the Clash there. So it was the perfect trivia question to ask.
Yeah, that was.
So Daniel, y'all get with you and figure out how you want to do the tickets or whatever. Like I said, you got in first, so I'll get with you and we'll work it out.
Yeah. So congratulations,
Johnny. Daniel. You were close. You were right behind him.
Johnny, you get the bridesmaid.
He gets the hard charger.
The hard charger award. Yeah. You get to buy extra thing of popcorn at the racetrack.
Yeah.
So anybody got any questions for Jason other than what we have already? He's been pretty lenient with questions. He said he's open to anything. So if any you modified,
we've only got one thing we have not covered.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right,
and that's your wife. The woman is behind you all the time. Other than she can't count the entry fee money at the end of the night.
Woo, she was going to know where it went. Yeah. She counted it well. She counted and hit it. I don't know what happened.
But Brittany Walls is behind you every time you go to a racetrack.
Yeah.
I am very, very fortunate to have a wife that understands and knows how this deal works. That does not keep her from wanting to kill me 99% of the time. When she says most days when I get home, it's 2 hours or so before I talk to her, it really is. I mean, this phone has went off the whole time we've sat here, basically, but it's nice to have her. She works her tail off at the racetrack. I'll give her that. Now, whatever, it's whatever. But now she works her tail off at the racetrack as much as anybody. I could not do this without her. I learned that 100%. I knew it 99.9%. But last year when I had to go and miss a modified tour race to go help my friend Jim Long out at his inaugural race for the Steel Block Bandits, I had to go through everything that was going on with him and his family at the time. I had to go. He asked me and I could not say no.
No, absolutely.
So I went to the racetrack that night at Friendship to handle the modified show on her own. And honestly, I've not heard – it was nothing, not one negative thing about that. The whole night went good. Like I said, I knew she could do it. but I just didn't know that she could do it if she was just put on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
I knew she could do it. I just didn't know she'd want to do it all. And she's done a great job. And I mean, it makes my life a lot easier. I mean, like I said, we've got a really good staff at Mid-East between her and Josh Helms, Joey Phillips, Mike Willard. I mean, the Mid-East staff, I'll put them up against anybody.
Absolutely.
They can go. I mean, we had 3 races on the same night a couple weeks ago. We had what was we doing? We was doing something at Friendship, and then Joey and Mike went and handled the 604s at Fayetteville. Josh was doing the street stock race at Gann. So we was doing 3 things in the same night. It was the weekend it rained it out. Yeah, I was the only one that got peace and quiet out of it, so it was good. But it was, like I said, we've got a really good crew that helps. Like I said, Britt does. She manages all of us. I promise. It's not just me. She manages all of us, and I know there's been more than one driver that's told me that that they do not want to be me sometimes. So it's okay.
I wouldn't want to be you.
I've seen times I wouldn't want to be you.
I know I've learned one thing. If I want anybody to actually listen to what I've got to say, just let Britt say it.
Yeah.
They listen a ton better to her than they do me. That's it. But I mean, between the staff of Friendship, like I said, I mean, me and Nick's in the tower every Saturday night together. It is something to see up there. If people seen the tower most of the night, it was shoo.
That very first race this season, I had somebody ask me, he says, how many people's up there scoring? And I said, it was just me.
Yeah.
It was just me.
Yeah, the radio chatter between us on race night sometimes it is. Thank God we don't have the. I know NASCAR does the radioactive stuff for the Cup race.
Yeah,
they could not do that at Friendship Speedway. But again,
race pass.
Yeah, we all. I mean, like I said, we all work really good together. Most everybody knows each other in a roundabout way, especially now. But it's like I said, the staffs of both Friendship and Mid-East, you couldn't ask for. I mean, that really makes us be able to do the stuff we do because having people that can pull off what you need them to do when you need them to do it, it is key. Yeah. And I know that's a big thing right now in the world is help.
Right.
But we're fortunate enough to have about the best of the best with both. I mean, like I said, there's going to be, it's like anything else. We're going to have hiccups and there's going to be problems, but our staff can. I mean, like I said, it's not been perfect in the tower.
Oh no, it's
not. But we can get it done and get it figured out.
It's just like the last race. 602s and 604s on my race pass. 13th qualifier got shot to the bottom.
Yeah, both of them.
I manually corrected it, and it still shot back to the bottom. I mean,
yeah, but again, we fixed it, and I mean, we made it through. I mean, but again, it's
there's a reason my race pass says unofficial results.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, it's.
But yeah, 13th place qualifier, both of them, shot straight to the bottom. I don't know what happened.
Both of them. 13. It was weird. I mean, it beat anything I'd ever seen, but no, it's
and like I said, I remember going in and manually moving both of them, and then it straight back to the bottom.
And that was Ronnie, by the way, because he said thought I was watching Three Stooges.
That could have been Kathy too.
Brittany said, Nick, that was a crazy night. Leave me be. I forgot some stuff.
I just thought it was funny because I'm standing there Tuesday night, just minding my own business. She's like, "You didn't happen to have any extra money, did you?" I'm like, "Sure didn't."
Yeah, we forgot it rained.
Andy Hickman wants to know if any plans on some weekly practice. Well, there's practice up there every week. You just gotta ching.
I mean, I know a lot of people have asked about the testing and practice at Friendship, and I'll just tell you how it is. Right now, we're about 2 weeks out on renting the racetrack. We rent the racetrack out to one driver. It's up to that driver if he wants to come by himself, or he can have up to 5 cars.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to rent the track, we'll tell you what it is, and it's up to you on if you want to pay it all yourself, which some do. Some want a private test. They rent the racetrack. They come test. Others will get the racetrack, and then they'll call some people and, hey, got the racetrack this night. This is how much it'll cost you to come with me, and that's between them. That's kind of how it works as far as the weekly practice. I don't know. We'll probably do another one here and there, but honestly, I know we will not do it until we get back from the summer break.
Right.
Because, like I said, we're already going to do some more maintenance, and I know that a lot of people have asked, and we've took. I mean, it is, but now you also got to remember, we took over a track that was being ran, and I know Michelin have come in and spent a bunch of money and done a lot of maintenance. they can't do everything at one time. But the number one thing on the agenda, from my understanding, once we get done Saturday, is to work on the speaker system.
Yeah.
That's what I was told.
Hallelujah.
So yeah, with that, maybe that'll help, because I know, I mean, I worked with Mike Willard, my normal Mid-East race director for us the other Saturday night. I worked the back straightaway pits myself with Brittany. And of course, how Brittany knew what was going on is, whatever, because there was times that I didn't know what was going on because I couldn't hear anything and didn't know what exactly was happening. So I know it's hard for those guys, but like I said, I know Britt does a real good job keeping everybody up to date on what's going on over there. But we are going to work on the speaker system while we're out for the break. That is number one. If nothing else gets done, that's priority.
And I want to say this real quick. When you do rent the track, Andy, I know you're the one that asked about the track practice. When you do get the track for practice, and I will say this because I've been up there for 2 practices now, that track is race ready. You could hold a race on it that day. Mitchell Tate spends all day. Well, he spends all week on the racetrack. But that track is watered, ready to go. You can have a race on it that day you practice. So you getting what you're going to get on Saturday night, basically.
It works out good for us, too, because, like I said, Mitchell gets to kind of experiment, try some different stuff on the weekly test, and you get a real good read of what it might be going into the weekend. Like I said, he's done an excellent job with the track prep all this year. I mean, the first night up there, it was about 80 degrees. The wind blew 110 miles an hour all day, and it was still a good racetrack. So it works out good for everybody that way. And a lot of people don't know, but the racing insurance changed a lot during the off season. And that's one of the biggest things on the practice night is used to practice nights were pretty reasonable for racetracks. Mm-hmm. Now a practice night is almost as much as a race night.
Wow.
Right.
Because it's a race car on the racetrack.
Right.
They had a couple of test sessions at different tracks last year that went bad. So, I mean, the insurance companies they see it. I mean, it's their money.
Yeah.
So,
there's 20 cars out there, same thing could happen.
I mean, exactly. I mean, we seen it last Tuesday night.
Right.
We seen one get in the wall at the practice session.
Yeah.
But I mean, it happens. So
that's right. It would be cool to see the World of Outlaws back at Friendship in the future.
I hope it's the sprint cars and the late models.
Oh
You
man,
got to put up a heck of a kicks for you.
We'll be fine.
hopefully they fix the one behind the fuel shed. I guess.
I think they're going to work on all of them.
Yeah,
I was told that.
I will say there's already talks with different people. There's chances are really good that there might be 1 or 2, not even series, but divisions that race at Friendship Speedway in 2023 that have never been on the Speedway before. So
I'm looking forward to that.
We want to get out there and do something different, bring some different stuff in to the area. Like I said, the testing's been really good for us this year.
Yep.
We've had a lot of different people from a lot of different series and a lot of different cars that have come, and it's been really cool. We've talked to a lot of those drivers through my Prelude race at Gaffney last year. I've got in really good with a lot of sprint car teams, a lot of big block modified teams.
Mm-hmm.
And they've shown some interest in wanting to do something. We just got to get the timing on those deals. The timing's got to be right.
Right.
I mean, sprint car racing in Central Pennsylvania is just. I mean,
that's every day.
It's. I mean, it's a deal up there. I mean, it's a ticket. So you really have to work hard to get the right time because I mean, nobody's going to drive 8 hours from the house to race for anything that they can race for the same amount 30 minutes from their shop.
Right.
But like I said, we'll get there. We're trying.
Yeah, absolutely. Missy Higgins Mays tried to get Don McGee to go out the door and do an advertisement for PD Towing, but she was shy. Well, we'll give McGee Towing a shameless plug, Misty. So, but guys, if y'all ain't got nothing, Jason, he's been patiently sitting here over an hour now. So, man, I should like to say before. Thank you so much for spending your time. I know time is of the essence with you, man.
It's actually been nice and peaceful sitting for an hour.
And I would not ever want to be you. So you do your job very well. And thank you for being my friend. And thank you for everything you do for dirt racing, man.
Absolutely.
Like
I appreciate everything you've done for me and racing in general.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, he's been super nice to me.
Like I said, this is all I've ever done, never been around. I mean, we've all been up and down the road and done
all of
this
us,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, we have. I mean,
Yeah.
especially in this area.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen where Mike put out that there was no racing going to happen at 311 this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people in this region that want to race and still want to race. So we're going to try to do what we can to include as many of them and make it as easy for everybody to get to the racetrack as they can. Because what's going to happen down here, we don't know. I mean, I've talked to him myself. I mean, it's no secret. I'd love to lease the place and run a show or two.
Yeah.
If we can work it out, great. If we don't, I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
But so I mean, but like I said, we want to include as many people. I know we've been up and done this a lot. I know me and Nick's worked together since Mid-East started, we worked together on shows.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know. Like I said, I was going to ask you to do the pit road interviews before you even asked me. So you just got to me before I could just ask you.
I appreciate that, man.
We're just trying to include as many people as we can from all over, because I know it's tough for especially people in this region to have to go that far, but still want to be involved.
Right.
Like I said, we're trying to include as many as we can. Like I said, I'm glad to be able to help and do what I can and do my little bitty part for everybody in the racing area.
Well, you do a big part, man.
And hopefully we can help Friendship out. We're going to go live with winter interviews from now on.
Okay.
He's got a lapel mic he's going to wear for that camera. Wireless. They're going to set it up. And everybody be able to see
We're probably
live when it
going
happens.
I'm gonna throw this out there because we're probably going to need it. If anybody would like to help me on Saturday night, get with me or,
Ain't no problem.
Nick.
We can do that from the tower. If we can't get nobody.
Well,
I mean, it's all hooked into the Wi-Fi when we get down there. So,
and I will talk to Jason. All we need is somebody to set the camera up, basically, so we can do the live interviews in Victory Lane and stuff at Friendship for all the races. It may include free entry into the race or something. I'll pay it if I have to, or somebody. But if you want to help, just get with me or Nick, and we'll see what we can do. So, Brittany says now you're going to be on the phone for 2 hours on the
way home.
On the way home.
Yes, sounds about right.
You're not 2 hours away, are you?
About an hour and 40 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I live 10 minutes from the racetrack. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you're about that.
He can't get away from the racetrack. He used to be close to 311. Now he's.
That's crazy. I literally, when I growing up, I lived the exact same amount of distance from Friendship Speedway now that I lived from 311 growing up. It's crazy.
And Crystal was there. Crystal said, "You want me to sit in the AC in the trailer with you?" Thank Nick for my AC.
I need a better one. It's all I can get right now.
Hey, it works great for me, man. Thank you.
But yeah, Jason was talking about. I've been doing dirt track racing for 35 years now, I guess. I started at 311 with Butch when I was a kid. I mean, I wasn't 5, 6 years old, I guess, running around the pits. And it went from working on his to Steve Hands to working the racetrack to scoring now. And I don't know. I never thought I'd be behind the scenes of a racetrack, but here I am.
You'll be both.
I know David's shocked with that, all of it. Because this all started from making a joke video beside the pool.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Them's the best plans. Like I said, that's how Mid-East got started, was a joke coming home on the ride home from Princeton, West Virginia.
Of course,
here we are.
Of course, it was him and Joe, and not me. But
what was I going to say, man? Oh, I know what I was going to say. A lot of people don't know it, but Jason was Randy Joyce's competitor at one time with Insane Graphics. Wasn't that the company name? Insane Graphics, wasn't it?
Insane Racing.
Yeah.
I don't miss it a bit. The only graphics I do anymore is I got them all. I got all my stuff. I do the Mid-East graphics in house. I told Randy the other day he could have it, and I mean, I wish he could have had it all sooner. It's a really good business. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, and Randy will tell you, it is a really good business, but my gosh,
it's
people just don't understand. I mean, everybody's got their race car ready in December with everything but the wrap, but they get that sucker 2 days before the race.
Oh yeah,
It's like that nonstop. But I mean, like I said, I enjoy it. And like I said, I still enjoy doing all of our own stuff. We do all of our own stuff in house for Mid-East. All of our banners, all of our checks, all of our graphics for the trailer and all that stuff. We do our own, but I don't miss doing it for anybody else. I've had people call me, and I'll send them suckers to Randy in a second.
I'll tell you what. You have to hold his hand. What?
Shit, he's talking to Chris.
Because I remember I used to, and this real quick, I'm gonna get you out of here. I know you got to go.
Like I said,
I used to think how cool that name was, man. When it was on your race car, Insane Racecars. I was like, man, that's a cool name right there.
I mean, like I said, it was fun. I mean, it made, I made a living at it for probably about 7, 8, 10 years. But it just got to where, like I said, other graphics guys will tell you, half that job is work, the other half is chasing your money.
Yeah. Randy has that problem too.
I mean, it just is. I mean, that's just everybody. I mean, we've all been there. We've all done it. Graphics guy, a guy is going to pay their motor man or their tire bill before they're going to pay their graphics. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I had a race car. I know. I mean, there's more than one time the decal guy showed up at the racetrack with an X on his out of his car. I mean, it happens. So, I don't want to be the pot or the kettle. So.
All right, guys, we're gonna let Jason get out of town, man. Let's pay some bills here, and we're gonna. I sure do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, man. It's a great show. You want me to start? Andrew's mowing and landscaping again. Thank you, Andrew Langford and Brandy Langford. Thank you for everything you do for us. We appreciate y'all so much.
That is the 46604.
Oh, yeah, the 46. Yeah.
JBS Builders, that's Joey Smith out of Meadows, North Carolina. For all your handyman needs, give them a call at 336-712-6049.
NRS Race Score, Nick Roberts Scoring will be at Friendship with transponders and Nick Roberts Scoring Tower. For the ones that know, still call him
Earl Ramey Racing Engines out of Mooresville, North Carolina. A Maximum Racing Oils dealer and pro fabrication headers and exhaust. If you need horsepower, check out Earl Ramey in Mooresville.
Randy's Custom Lettering in Wanacue. By the way, that's horsepower. Go see Randy and Chris for all your wrap needs. 336-591-9301.
Gann's Race Cars and Parts in Medan, North Carolina. It's Philip Gann for all your race car and fabrication needs. And also Too Fast for You embroidery at Tangy Gann in-house at Gann's Race Cars and Parts.
You gotta get me a voice like Nick. Stokes Apparel with first place merch spotlight sponsor the other night. Make sure you go see Travis Lawson for all your t-shirt and hats and hoodies and all goodies like that.
Tate logging in Firewood out of Low Gap, North Carolina. That is the hillbilly Zach Tate. You need your timber cut or want to log your land, give him a call at 336-757-6706.
R&B Enterprise for all you. I can't do it without laughing. R&B Enterprise. For all y'all move needs to go see Ricky and Dustin Brim up on Cape Walk Road in Madison. Dustin Brim is the driver. Note number 7604, late model 336-427-7425. And guys, thank y'all so much. We sure appreciate y'all. Thank you again, Jason.
I say glad to be here.
Brittany says the ones that still call him, still call him insane for some of the ideas. He's definitely still a little insane.
Like I said, when we get a couple of deals we get put together, people are gonna think insane. So we got a couple of races.
I know you're insane because I've seen you poke it bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
That night you highlighted to watch that race car. I thought she was gonna kill you.
Just make sure you get the mud off her toes for her.
Yeah.
So.
It's amazing.
Remember, guys, Donald Tucker Memorial Carolina Clash at Friendship Motor Speedway, June the 18th. Twin 25s, $2,500 a win each, $250 to start each. and they also have the mini late models
Mini
coming.
late models, yeah. I think those are going to be a show.
That should be a show.
I can't wait to watch.
Of course.
I ain't never seen them.
They quick.
Really?
They'll be faster than the fastest qualifier for the mini late models will probably be faster than the 604 pole.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't doubt that either.
Yeah, they was in Carolina at the Mid-East Mania race. Them things they'll roll.
Oh shit! I'm looking forward to that.
Donald, I know Ronnie Tucker has raffle tickets for sale. We're giving away a lawnmower, $400 prize, $300 prize, and a $200 prize. I think is what it is.
I think you told me he had like 50 bicycles.
50 bicycles for the kids, and of course he'll have the Donald Tucker Memorial T-shirts for sale.
I think what we're going to do for the bicycles, I think we're going to get the drivers on a bicycle and let the kids pick the driver, and then we're going to make the drivers race, and how they finish is who gets what bike.
Sounds good to me.
I think that would be awesome.
I want Zach Tate and Chris Joyce on a pink one. The pink bicycle, girls' bicycle.
And remember, guys, shirts just dropped for Nathan Walker. Get in touch with Caitlin Walker if you want to get you a pre-order for a Nathan Walker, the Night Prowler.
The Night Prowler. And don't forget, we got shirts.
Yes, we have shirts too, and I have lots of them.
Just like
And, and if I wished I could get somebody into the grant, I wish I could get Anna to go up there, but I got some help and
really,
and get rid of some shirts.
yeah.
And I need to get them up there so people can buy them.
We can probably make that happen. Yeah, we can probably make that happen.
I mean, they're already in drawers labeled with the sizes. I mean, it's pretty simple.
We can get some shirts sold.
All right. Well, guys, thank y'all. And again, everybody except the 2 late model divisions are hot lap qualifying, so there's no questions. We get to the racetrack.
And the whole entire scheduling format will be out probably Thursday. I mean, if it's not, good gosh, don't blow my phone up. I mean, sometimes it takes another day, but we're shooting for Thursday to have the whole schedule. We just got to get with the Clash and make sure everything's good on our everything. You can still race a bicycle. I can, but I'm not. I can do a lot of stuff. I don't know. I'm good.
I think we'll
Sounds
let
good.
Brittany ride a bicycle around the racetrack.
I got a better chance of doing it than me.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
I ain't gonna lie. We all went out and got bicycles to ride around. We go to the beach, and Madeline's got to where she can ride a bicycle now, so we have to get out in the yard and ride. And everything. But now I've got to where I kind of enjoy riding a bicycle in the packed sand at the beach. We went to the beach the other year with Chris Steele and Jeremy Steele, that whole family. We were out there on the beach one night. It's 10 o'clock. It's dark. We just ride along. Chris Steele got over a little too far and got into the unpacked sand. The next thing I knew, this bicycle passed me, and he wasn't even on it. Yeah. It's good times. We get into some stuff.
I was talking about Chris.
Oh.
No left side weight on a bike. Yeah, it's straight down.
Yeah.
Well, we hope to see everybody at the Donald Tucker Memorial this week at Friendship. Thank everybody again for joining us. And Misty's got her lobster man up there, I guess it is. I can't
tell what that is.
I think it's her lobster. She does a lobster for some reason. I don't know what that is. She reads to me porn things on Amazon or whatever. She reads these books, man, and you want to hear some of this crap in these books. I mean, crazy. But there it is. See.
I thought she was watching SpongeBob.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs. I wanted a Krabby Patty or something.
She said it's a squid.
Oh, so Squidward.
Squidward.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah, okay. But anyway, Nick, take us out of here, man.
Remember, guys, if you're not at a dirt track, get your own asphalt.